Imagine being lost in the ocean not only for 10 or 15 days, but for 438 days. Stranded in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean with nothing but a small fishing boat and your will to survive. Pacific Ocean is even bigger than we can imagine. Covering a vast 165 million square kilometers, it dwarfs the total land area of our planet, which is just 148 million square kilometers. Amidst this endless expanse of water, there are only a few tiny islands, mere dots on the map, many of which remain uninhabited. If a person gets lost here, the chances of being found are almost non-existent. But today, you'll hear the incredible story of a man who defied these odds. Meet Jose Salvador Alvarenga, a man who was lost in the ocean for an unimaginable 438 days. This is his story of survival against the vast and unforgiving Pacific Ocean. The question is, how did he survive for 438 days in the most terrifying ocean? But before that, we will know why he went there. In November 2012, in the small village of Costa Azul, Mexico, 36-year-old Jose Alvarenga, an expert fisherman, set out on a routine fishing trip with his friend, Ezequiel Cordoba. Little did they know, this trip would become a nightmare beyond their wildest fears. He had planned that he would spend only 30 hours in the sea. That's why there were not many things on his small boat. This 7-foot boat had only an engine and a refrigerator in which they stored their fish. With only enough supplies for a 30-hour trip, they ventured 120 kilometers offshore, and they set their trap in the sea for fishes. Suddenly, a violent storm struck, crippling their boat and pushing them deeper into the ocean. The storm raged with fury. To save their lives, they left the fish's net there and went back towards their start point. They had to take a total of 6 hours at a constantly fast speed. At 7 in the morning, they were now just 20 kilometers away and could see their village. They had left this storm far away, but now their fate had stopped. Their boat engine failed. They sent out a distress signal, but their radio died before help could arrive. Their boat, now a tiny speck in the vast ocean, was at the mercy of the relentless winds and waves. Days turned into weeks. They had reached such a point in the sea where in every direction they were seeing only water. They knew that their boat was so small that it could not be spotted from afar. Neither they had any flare guns, nor did they fire a signal with which they could give a signal. Jose and Ezequiel survived by catching fish and birds with their bare hands and drinking rainwater. But when it was not raining for many days, to put their hunger to heal, they would drink fish and turtles' blood when they were able to catch them. But as supplies dwindled, their situation grew dire. The mental torture they were going through is difficult to even imagine for us. Ezequiel, unable to endure the harsh conditions, succumbed to the ordeal after 4 months. Alone and grief-stricken, Jose was left to face the vast ocean by himself. In his despair, Jose spoke to Cordoba's body, trying to keep his sanity. Eventually, he had to let his friend go, casting his body into the sea. Now alone, Jose battled the elements, the loneliness, and the creeping shadows of madness. His survival instincts pushed him to catch turtles, drink their blood, and continue fighting for life. One day, Jose saw a cargo ship passing. In the last 6 months, he was seeing the first ship, and as he looked at this, his hope to stay alive started to rise. Jose pointed out all types of signs, but unfortunately, the ship crew couldn't spot him. Jose's hope of staying alive started declining again. Just imagine how disheartening it would feel when you got ignored after fighting death for months in the middle of the sea. Hope flickered when he spotted a ship, but each time it passed by, leaving him more desolate. His struggle seemed endless as days turned into months. Hallucinations haunted him, blurring the line between reality and delusion. He saw Cordoba, heard his voice, and clung to memories to stay sane. Finally, the moment came when fortune favored the brave. On January 30th, 2014, after 438 days and 6,700 miles, Jose spotted floating coconuts, a sign of land. After some time, he started to see the island, but he was afraid that he would miss the island. That's why he jumped in the water and went swimming on the island, collapsing on the sand. He had defied the impossible. This island was the Marshall Islands remote island, which is called Ibon Atoll. And this island is 11,000 kilometers away from Jose's starting point. This was Jose's luck that he had reached the island, which was just about a small dot. Otherwise, if Jose's had missed this island, then the next stop would have been in the Philippines, which is 5,000 kilometers away from this island. His miraculous survival made headlines worldwide. People were in awe of his endurance and will to live. How did he survive when all seemed lost? His story is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. From despair to survival, the tale of Jose Salvador Alvarenga will be remembered as a symbol of hope and resilience. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories. The ocean is vast, and its mysteries are many. This was just one story, but it reminds us that every person has the power to overcome the impossible.